Hi property people, and welcome to Property Insight. Today we are going to discover the property inquiries trend in Makassar, South Sulawesi. As we can see here on the colorful pie chart, our platform has recorded the inquiries proportion in the last year, whereas the highest demand was contributed by land houses for 69.5%. The second position was shop houses inquiries for as much as 14.6%, vacant land for 6.2%, and others. Therefore, to give a deeper insight for your business opportunities, we tried to analyze inquiry trends on rental and sale houses in Makassar, and the result is shown in this graph right here. We can see that similar to the inquiries trend of land houses in Indonesia, Makassar also has fluctuating numbers due to the pandemic. Prior to the pandemic in the first quarter of 2020, Makassar have enjoyed higher increases for rent and sale, and the demand indeed grew in the fourth quarter of 2019 for 53.6% and 17.1% respectively. However, both had significant drop occurred in the third quarter of 2020. Afterwards, inquiries recovered in the first quarter of 2021 as increment is 75.3% for rent and 70.5% for sale. Unfortunately, due to the Delta wave, another drop did occur in the third quarter of 2021. We can see that the demand for sale houses have increased significantly by 58.5% in the fourth quarter of 2022, although it did decline to minus 6.7% in the next quarter. Meanwhile, in contrast to sale, rental houses dropped to minus 15.8% in the fourth quarter, but finally grew to 29.6% in the first quarter of 2023. And up next, property people, we try to compare house price references in Makassar in comparison to three major cities in Indonesia, which are Jakarta, Surabaya, and Medan. We can see on the graph right here that it is recognized where affordable properties in Makassar are still the most preferred with a price of below 400 million rupiah. Although the preference for affordable properties is high, the demand generated from the middle upper class looking for 1 to 3 billion properties have also been significant, as recorded at 14%. Now, when comparing among these three major cities, similar price preference is known between Makassar and Medan, whose demand are generated from affordable property prices. Unlike them, property price preferences from 1 to 3 billion rupiah is quite large right here in Jakarta and Surabaya. Property people, we exclusively bring you more specific data about secondary land house price index. Now, as we can see right here on the graph, according to a flash report of May 2023 published by 99 Group, generally, monthly price index in Makassar is still fluctuating. However, in certain months, Makassar was able to record a significant price leap compared to other areas. The highest monthly price increment in Makassar were recorded in July and September 2022 for 4.4% and 4.2%, and in February 2023 for 4.1%. In certain months, Makassar has the highest price increment, which possibly did affect by the upcoming major infrastructure. And apparently, monthly trends in larger and more saturated cities such as Jakarta and Surabaya are indeed more stable. Although since 2020, the trend is increasingly gradual in all cities. And next, let's calculate the by year-on-year basis from April 2022, where Makassar did record the highest annual growth in April 2023 at 6.9%. Jakarta, Medan, and Surabaya recorded at 2.4%, 5.8%, and 5.3% respectively. From November 2022 to April 2023, Makassar and Medan recorded a more robust growth for 11.6% and 16.7% respectively. Meanwhile, Jakarta and Surabaya did record a lower growth for 5.3% and 6.3% respectively. Now, these growth are indicating that Makassar and Medan are great potentials for higher capital gain on property investment. Property people, to have more interesting topics about property trends, just subscribe and watch our episodes Property Inside only on our YouTube channel Rumah 123. Subscribe right now. Property people, we have just clarified the property price trend, also the price index among the major cities. Let's now dive into the most interesting part, the buyer's profile. We can see right here in the graph that the potential buyers in Makassar are mostly within the productive age from 25 to 44 years old, contributing for 76.5%. People within this age range is either starting or already achieving financial stability to buy properties compared to those of the younger age between 18 to 24 years old who are still in the phase of emerging adulthood. Unlike Makassar, other cities have shown different trends. Potential buyers in Medan are highly dominated by the younger age, ranging from 18 to 24 years old, contributing to 45.7%. Meanwhile, in Jakarta and Surabaya, the proportion of buyers from ages 25 to 54 years old are more similarly distributed. Potential buyers in Jakarta within the age category of 55 to 64 years old shows a higher proportion than others at 8%. This is due to the higher housing prices that captures a more mature market segment with higher affordability power. Property people, let's now take a look at the more detailed data about the buyer's origins. We can see on the pie chart right here that according to our database back in 2022, most potential buyers in Makassar are still indeed from Makassar with a proportion of 59.9%. There are also other cities such as Jakarta for 8.5%, Medan for 4.1%, Palu for 2.8%, and Surabaya for 2.4%. Based on the Indonesian Central Bureau of Statistics, the economic activities in Makassar are mainly from trading and industrial activities. The report has shown that in 2022, the regional GDP for trade sectors are at 20.10%, followed by manufacturing at 18.61%. As the gateway to the eastern part of Indonesia, Makassar attracts buyers from various cities. With this very reason, it can be the opportunity for investors since there is an underlying demand from the middle to upper class segment who have the preference to buy property in one of the most developed cities in the eastern part of Indonesia. In order to have a better understanding of the demand in Makassar, we tried to map out the top 5 districts for housing sale inquiries in 2022. We can see on the map right here that Tamalate district had the highest inquiries proportion for 23.2%, followed by Makassar city at 17.9%, Rapocini at 14.4%, Biringkanaya at 13.3%, and Panakukang for 10.4%. Certain districts such as Makassar, Rapocini, and Panakukang are located in the heart of Makassar, of which most commercial properties and public facilities such as hotels, shopping centers, universities, and governor offices are being developed. Major development in Tamalate is basically an extension of Tanjung Bunga development, which is further reflected in its high demand. Tanjung Bunga is also one of several shout-out notable developments in the area. Meanwhile, Biringkanaya is located on the outskirts of Makassar with more land availability and lower land costs. Also, large-scale developments are developed within the area. Biringkanaya district also served as the industrial area of Makassar and being close to Sultan Hasanuddin International Airport. The demand is also generated from the industrial development, which is the reason the house in this area is indeed in a lower price. Now, up to this point, we can conclude that there are two main reasons that affects the high demand in Makassar city. Firstly, it is located close to the city center with dense commercial and public facilities. Secondly, it's within or close to notable developments by national developers. And here is another valuable detail prepared for you exclusively by our platform. We can see right here that generally speaking, the districts with more dense commercial and public facilities development have higher median prices. And the highest median price is recorded in Panakukang district with house prices of 2.5 billion rupiah per unit, followed by Makassar district at 1.85 billion rupiah and Rapocini district at 1.6 billion rupiah per unit. Being catered to the buyers from industrial estate, Biringkanaya offers more affordable pricing as the median price is the lowest than others. The median price is also correlated with the current development outside of Makassar and mostly targeting the middle and middle-low class buyers. And last but not least, for your further insight, we have constructed the map of major infrastructures in Makassar as shown right here on the graph. Currently, there are 3 upcoming major infrastructure projects that will be developed in Makassar and its surroundings. They are the Mami-Nasata Toll Road, the Makassar to Parepare Railway, and the Makassar New Port. The Mami-Nasata Toll Road will connect Maros directly to Takalar City. It will comprise a total length of 48.25 kilometers. It's expected to shorten the logistic path between Maros and Takalar and increase the economy of the cities and the surroundings. According to the publication of Public-Private Partnership Infrastructure Project of 2022, the project will commence the construction later on in 2026. It will impact the development and add value to the surrounding areas. Higher increase in the outer area of Makassar, including the surrounding regencies that are projected upon the commencement of the toll road operation. Makassar to Parepare Railway development is part of the Trans-Sulawesi Railway network. It will ease the accessibility of goods and also passengers. The project is currently under construction and partial operation is predicted to start in June 2023 from Mandai to Palandro Station. And for Makassar New Port, the total capacity will be 2.5 to 2.6 million 20-foot equivalent units or TEUs per annum. Indonesian Ministry of Transportation have stated that Makassar New Port will start to operate partially in June 2023 as well. The construction will comprise 3 phases and project to operate fully in 2037. Property people, research and insightful information are essential when it comes to earning maximum profit from your property investment. With that in mind, we provide you with a more credible research and in-depth insights in property business. Only for you, because Rumah 123 selalu ada buat kamu. I'm Karina Basrewan, this is Property Insight, and see you in the next episode.